Fordham fans, I'm back. It's been a couple of years, but Fordham basketball is just a couple of days away. A lot to talk about. Let's break it down in a season preview here on the Sports Cycle. Welcome to a preview of this year's Fordham men's basketball team. I'm Don Dwyer, also known as Donnie Dwyer. Been away from Fordham basketball for quite a few years, but here to talk about the season and the excitement around it. Let me give you a background on myself. The way I got into Fordham basketball, I was a ball boy at Rose Hill from 2004 to 2009, and that was the best years of Fordham basketball in recent years. Following them since that, and you can check my whole channel out with YouTube videos and a bunch of stories linking back to all those teams. So I'm excited to get back into covering Fordham basketball and talking about the things that you, the fans, want to hear about this year. And so previewing this year's team, there is a lot to talk about. Obviously, lots new. But the key thing I want to talk about to start off this video is talent. This is probably the most talented Fordham men's basketball team that we have seen in years. And there's been a lot of talent at Rose Hill Gym, or a lot of players that have grew into top talent. But this year has probably the most talent on paper. Coach Kyle Neptune going into the transfer portal and bringing in big-time names. I'm talking about Antonio Day from FIU, a guy who's a true scorer, can come in and provide an immediate impact, something that this team might have been missing in the beginning. Darius Quisenberry, 1,000-point scorer from Youngstown State, comes to the Rams now as a true scoring option for the Rams. So excited to see that. Got a couple Penn State transfers as well. Maybe JUCOs that can make an impact. But those are some of the names that are coming into this team, along with the returning talent. Now, if you remember when Jeff Neubauer took over Tom Pecora's talent a couple of years ago, that first season was super successful. And the reason why is because Neubauer knew how to take Pecora's talent and get 110% out of him. So it'll be interesting to see if Kyle Neptune can get 110% out of Neubauer talent when I'm talking about Jalen Cobb, I'm talking about Navarro, I'm talking about Chuba. If you can get 110% of those guys, which they can bring it every night. We've seen these guys produce in games, but then all of a sudden, they didn't produce consistently. It was all about consistency, and we didn't see that on the Rose Hill campus a lot. So that's the thing I'm excited about. This is a talented bunch with a lot of talent, but can they be consistent? Again, it's all new. It's all fresh. It's a brand new year. Going into this, what else is new? The campus has been upgraded. There is so much when it comes to student-athlete conditioning. If you looked at the Fordham men's basketball Twitter page this summer, these guys were working hard, and you saw the development of these guys' bodies. They were working hard in the gym, on the fields, on the courts, and you could see a transformation of a lot of these guys getting stronger, bigger, faster, and this is what I like about Kyle Neptune. If you remember Eric Paschal at Fordham, he was small forward, can do it all. He was a freshman, obviously, at the time before he transferred to Villanova. But if you were a Fordham fan and you followed his career through college, he transformed at Villanova. He became a power forward who could stretch the floor, who could shoot, an insane rebounder, could hit the boards and do it with intensity. Something that you didn't think that he gained muscle. He got bigger. He was better. Things that you didn't really see on the Rose Hill campus, you started to see transform. So I'm excited to see how this young team continues to grow and continues to get better and stronger as the years go by. I think that's going to be something we're going to see this year that's really going to have an impact on the squad when it comes to that. And obviously, the schedule is really, really cool. The non-conference schedule that starts on Tuesday. Obviously, 5 New York teams that they will be playing the Rams to start off. The first one, Columbia. The other 2 big ones to name out of that group of 5 is Manhattan and St. John's. Everyone obviously circles St. John's on their calendar as the big one. And so I think having a New York team play New York colleges, non-conference, it builds some excitement. It allows people to go to all these games. It allows just that New York camaraderie, that fight against each other. We haven't seen that in a while, so I'm very excited for the non-conference schedule to be able to fight New York's finest. Who comes out on top? Who's the best? That talk around the New York City streets is something that is always talked about around college basketball fans. Because you know what they say about basketball in general, it is the mecca in New York. So it's exciting to see that. And obviously the last thing to talk about in this video is the new coach, Kyle Neptune. This is what he had to say at A10 Media Day when it came to his team.
Our team, we want to defend and rebound, and we want to be a really gritty team. And we want to walk on the court every day and leave the court after the game knowing that we were the tougher team. Really, honestly, whatever happens on the floor, if we do that, we're happy. If we win by 20, lose by 20, if we don't go on and a tough and gritty team, we're going to go back to the drawing board and try to hold ourselves accountable to that.
Now, when I heard that, I got a couple mixed messages. And what I mean by that is I like that he didn't really go into a lot of detail on what his squad really is. That's okay with me. I don't mind that. I think that's a good thing. Staying vague is good. But I didn't learn a lot about what this team's going to be. And I think that is what's going to be his biggest challenge. Is the chemistry going to work? What's the rotation going to be like? And what is this team going to play? Because all you Fordham basketball fans out there, you know that over the past couple of years, the Rams could defend. They were one of the best defending teams in the nation when it came to defense. But when it comes to basketball, what's the key thing? Putting the ball in the basket. And so that, to me, is the main thing. How can Kyle Neptune get this team to score? Because that's how they're going to win ball games. It's plain and simple. When you're going to the games and they're trying to win games 59-54, that's not going to be a way to success. Where's the ball movement coming in? They're talking about dish drives, sharing the ball. If they can do that, and they can shoot, that is the key. If they can shoot, they need to have people shoot. I think they have players who can shoot now. If you can shoot the basketball, that is college basketball in a nutshell. You make the three, you win. If they can do that this year, I think this team's going to surprise people. I really do. I think the talent's there. I think the coaching is there. If they can get the chemistry together like I saw on the late night at the Hill, I saw that with them getting all together. It seems like they know each other. They love each other. They've been there all summer and fall, training together hard. I believe they're all there. But again, I'm not going to be a huge optimist until we see results, because that's Fordham basketball in a nutshell. We all think we're going to see amazing results, and then all of a sudden, all these things happen and at the bottom of the standings. So that's the goal, is to not go into this season with huge expectations, which I'm okay with, because if they surprise us, it's going to be an amazing, fun year. But I think Coach Neptune was the perfect choice for Fordham. I think he represents the university perfectly. He's the guy who's got the most experience, and he knows how to win. And I think Fordham needed a winner. And I think that this is going to be the first season of winning basketball at the Rose Hill Gym. And I think a lot of people are not knowing anything about Fordham now, but I think they will know a lot about them in the months to come, especially with the season starting so soon. So I'm excited for it this year. I hope you enjoyed this video going into everything Fordham basketball. I'm going to get into it this year. I'm going to talk a lot about the Rams, and I'm going to break down some of the things that we can expect on Rose Hill and in the Atlantic 10, because as we know, it's one of the toughest conferences in basketball now. So it'll be exciting to see how the Rams do. Hope you stay with me. I'm Donnie Dwyer, and hope you all have a great day, and go Rams.